So we're here to speak about about etcd, SIG etcd, and our latest updates. So these will be our speakers today. We have Siyuan from Google, we have Wei from Microsoft, I from Inmar Intelligence, we have Justin also from Google, and we have Arka from Broadcom. So this is going to be our agenda today. I'm not going to spoil our own talk, so I'm just going to leave it there so you can see what we're going to discuss. So first, I'm going to start with the updates. I think it's very important that we start with this. So Han passed away. He was a very instrumental contributor to the Kubernetes project in general, not just to SIG etcd. So we are really thankful of all of his contributions. He helped us a lot, again, a lot in SIG etcd, helping us creating changing the project to be a SIG. And he even do some experimental things, like trying to change the V-Vault back into SQLite. He did a lot of amazing things. So our thoughts and prayers are with his family, and I thank you for what he did. I'm just gonna clap. So next we have the new chair. Wenya was before one of our chairs. So we really want to thank Wenya for everything that she did to help organizing the community. She really helped with the SIG transition. And she appointed Siyuan to be the next chair. Siyuan has been doing a lot of work in etcd, I think. So one of the things that she did amazing in etcd in 3.6 release is feature gates. So welcome, Siyuan, to as a chair, and thank you very much for everything that you have been doing. So this is just a reminder of how our leadership team is. So we have Siyuan and James are both chairs. I'm also a chair. So we're all co-chairs. And then we also have tech leads. We have Marek and we have Benjamin. They are really the brains behind etcd. Just an announcement that during KubeCon, we just released 3.4.39, 3.5.25, and 3.6.6. Wei is going to speak a little bit more about why we have 3 different versions. And that's it for me right now. I'm going to pass it over to Siyuan.
So I'm excited to announce that we have successfully finished the second cohort of our etcd mentorship program. Thanks for everyone who has applied. So at the beginning of this program, we received an overwhelming 271 applications. So, and it's like a 5x from the cohort 1. We have focused on 5 different areas, and we need to thank Wenja for putting this program together. Okay, so Benjamin has mentored Arka on the etcd operator. So since being mentored by Benjamin, Arka has been one of the most active contributors in the operator repository. He has been working on implementing TLS certificate providers, including the support for Cert Manager. So I've been mentoring Xin on the Augur side, and Xin has since been one of the most active contributors of Augur and etcd. He has done a lot of work on improving the tests and also doing a lot of the chores of dependency updates. Josh has mentored 2 mentees on documentation. Wendy has been one of the most active contributors to the etcd website repo. In September, she was promoted to the repo reviewer, and she's on the track to become an approver. Ronald has been active not only on the website repo, but also has been helping with documentation for our main SCD repo. He has done over 75 contributions since he started this mentorship program. Marek has mentored Henry and Kishan on robustness test. So Henry has been deeply involved in the robustness test even before this mentorship program. And during this mentorship program, he has done some very interesting work. He has found that an interesting bug that when you open a watch on revision -1, it could be accepted, but sometimes it will cause the resync to break. Kishan has worked on enabling testing benchmark in our SD Pro infrastructure. Ivan has been mentoring Joshua and Abdur on CI/CD. Joshua has helped with the Pro migration. He was in charge of migrating all our CI jobs from GitHub Actions to Pro for the 3.4 release branch. After completing that, he has been taking the ownership of pushing our official CD image to the official Kubernetes Docker registry. Abdur has helped with the Pro migration. He was responsible for migrating the CI jobs from the 3.5 release, and he has been active primary in the operator repository. So let's give a round of applause for all the mentees and mentors for their great work. Now it's time to acknowledge some of the best contributors we have had in the past year. Joshua, just got the contributor award. He documented the process for bumping SD versions in Kubernetes, and he has been working toward unifying the image management for Kubernetes and has contributed to various project chores like release and dependency updates. So thank you, Joshua. Nant has been fundamental in improving our robustness test and correctness. He's the main contributor to the antithesis testing effort. He was instrumental in discovering some critical bugs, such as our recent issue when a watch on a future revision can receive events from the past. His dedication to uncovering these complex problems has made significant and lasting impact to SCD's reliability. And for the contributor from operator working group, Arka has made significant contributions to the certificate management in SCD operator. So this work has fundamentally improved the security and operational stability of the operator. His work has made it possible to use the operator in more stringent, high security and production-ready environments, and increasing the adoption and trustworthiness of the SCD operator. Thank you, Arka, for making security seamless. Abdur has played a key role in building the E2E test in the operator repository. His dedication to the E2E test fundamentally raised the bar for the SCD operator stability. His work has given the maintainers and the community the confidence needed to drive the project forward. Okay, thank you for the great contributors. Thank you. So now Wei is going to talk about the 3.6 release and 3.7 roadmap.
Thank you. So let's go through the new feature we have. So first one I want to highlight is about the downgrade. So as you know, since from the 3.0 release, we already support the mixed version server running in the 1SD cluster so that we can do the loading upgrade without any downtime. So we also want to have a downgrade feature without any downtime as well. So the goal is we need to make sure like the router state machine should be able to remain like consistency between the different servers. So our approach is to avoid any old version server try to apply the committed log entries which contain the new attributes or new features created by the new version. So our idea is to introduce the version annotation into the router protocol. So you can see the screenshot here. Each field will carry with a version, so that we can easily to detect the minimum support version from the log entries. So if the minimum support version is higher than the target downgrade one, we should block the whole process. So based on that, we introduced the downgrade API. That API will help us to detect it. There's no committed log entries which contain any new fields. And then it will do the database migration and update the storage version. So from the user perspective, the process is very simple. Just invoke the API and put the status, wait for the status is ready. So you can see the screenshot here. After you invoke the API, the storage version will change from the 3.6 to the 3.5. So after that, you can feel free to replace the binary and restart it. And normally, we just support 2 versions, but since there is a lot of people still using the 3.4 release, we continue to support the 3.4 release until next year. And based on that, we backport the downgrade feature to the 3.5 as well, but we didn't simply just apply the same approach because we cannot just modify the existing committed log for the version annotation. Luckily, we just have a new change for the on the router side. We can just backport those change to the 3.4. So right now, for the latest 3.4 release, you can fully understand the committed log created by the 3.5. So this is about the downgrade feature. So next one I want to highlight is like the snapshoting. So first one, we fully deprecate the V2 store. So for the previous version, we do deprecate the V2 store, but we still use it as the source of truth for the membership data. And since it is the memory-based storage, we need to regularly commit. We need to regularly perform the snapshotting into the disk and write the log entries for it as well, just in case we can fully recover after restarting. But right now, we switch the V3 store. We don't need to do the V2 store snapshotting, but it is. Just in case some people want to roll it back, we still perform some snapshoting. We only do the snapshoting when there is any change on the membership. So we do reduce a lot of I/O here. And the next enhancement is about the router log compaction. So the background is SD always maintained up to 5,000 log entries in the memory, just in case the slow member try to catch it up. We don't want the leader to send whole the database to the slower one. But unfortunately, we only, in the previous version, only do the log compaction when we do the V2 store snapshot swapping. So by default, the SD always catch up to the 100,000 log entries in the memory side. So if your key value is very large, it will increase your SD memory very large. So right now we do the wrap the log of compaction separately, so we can make sure there's always 5,000 log entries here. And next one I want to highlight is the known issue. So in the previous version, we do make the membership change into the V2 store and V3 store, but when you promote learner to the active voting member, in V2 store, it is an active voting member, but in the V3, in the V3 store, it is still a learner. So if you are using the learner feature and you are trying to upgrade to the 3.6 release, you probably run into the issue like too many learners here. So our suggestion is to, before you upgrade to the 3.6, please upgrade to the 3.5.24 point release first. But if you don't use any learner feature, you can feel free to upgrade. And we still have some enhancements like feature gate and Leibniz prop and discovery with practical and like some low-level enhancement on the DB side. So we do a lot of the detail in the website, so you can check out it. And the last part, yeah, I know we take several years to get the 3.6, but we still have a lot of enhancement in the 3.6. We do want to get in the 3.7. So the first one, we want to use the gRPC streaming API, try to reduce the memory usage. So we don't want to load all the data into the memory side and then send it to the client. We want to streaming sending it. And the second one is to integrate with the wrap the async write. It is a good feature, and we want to improve the performance here. And the last one I want to highlight is about we want to improve the bold DB side. We want to get rid of the defragment API here. Yeah, we do have a lot of enhancement here. You can check out the link here. So I will get back to Siyuan. Thank you.
So now I want to highlight our enhancement to the robustness test using antithesis in the past year. So this is a joint effort between the SCD community and antithesis to improve the SCD robustness test. It's led by Mark. So we have integrated antithesis deterministic simulation platform into our robustness test workflow. This is an autonomous testing framework of SCD's robustness test. So we have tested in 3-node and 1-node SCD cluster against a variety of faults, including network faults and also container-level faults, such as thread pauses, process kill, clock jitter, and CPU throttling. By using the antithesis framework platform, we have not only reproduced all our past robustness bugs, we also uncovered some new bugs that were not covered by existing tests. So the first one is a pretty major one. So if you watch a future revision, there's a possibility that you might receive an old event. So this bug has been fixed since 3.6.2. And then there are also a couple of low impact bugs that we have either fixed or still under investigation. So with this automated test, We now have more stable and trusted etcd, and that means also less code review time required for the maintainers. And with the robust testing framework, we can now make more, it's possible to make more aggressive changes to etcd if we want to, such as refactoring the code and implement some witness feature in Raft. So if you want to learn more about the antithesis test, we have written a great blog post on this work. And also Marek and Will from Antithesis has done a great keynote talk earlier this week. So go check out the recording. Now Ivan will talk about the Go workspaces.
So this is a change to our source code. We initially, Benjamin initially proposed this change in 2021. Basically, we have our source code is a little bit complex because we have multiple modules. So we introduced in 2024, due to a false positive from Government check, we have been working on enabling a workspace. I want to thank Tim Hawking because of his previous work and reference for what he did in KK was a good starting point for us. We have our initial pull request merged on October 5th. So now the etcd project is using Workspace. If you are contributing, it's going to be easier. And we're still working on adapting our bash scripts. Then the next thing that I wanted to cover is that now we are, as we became a special interest group under Kubernetes, one of the ideas, objectives, was that we are gonna publish our own official images rather than Kubernetes creating building the binary and using their own images. So we took ownership of that in 133 with release 3.5.21. We started owning the process, but in 135, we are actually using our official image. That's great work, as Siyuan mentioned before, by Joshua James. That's a little bit of what has been happening with the Kubernetes official registry. And then for the operator updates, we have Justin and Arka.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Justin. I'm just going to give a very whistle-stop tour through the etcd operator, which is a working group under SIG etcd. There are a bunch of leads from around the ecosystem: Benjamin, Cyprian, Josh, James, and myself. I wanted to quickly mention sort of the non-technical side, why this sort of matters. The etcd operator is around running etcd on Kubernetes. This is not, the thing that most people do etcd most of the time. Usually etcd runs on VMs underneath Kubernetes. I think it would be wonderful if we could get, etcd used in more applications running on Kubernetes. But the reason this really matters is because historically etcd has been hard to run. And a lot of these amazing features have been hard to adopt. And what we are able to do is we bring operations into the etcd project through this working group, and we say, all right, well, how do we do upgrades? How do we do downgrades? How do we resize? And it's wonderful to see all this work that the main etcd project, as it were, is doing, and we're hoping to sort of help to figure out how we can bring that into production for everyone. So like, how do we use witnesses? How do we use followers? There is a vibrant community of people contributing to this. It is a welcoming community, and it is a sort of slightly more approachable, easier code base to get started in if you are interested in operators. There is a well-defined roadmap. It is not yet production ready, but we have a list of tasks we are working through sort of systematically. The big one that we're working on right now in the 0.2 release is certificate management. And for that and the technical details there, I will hand over to Arka, who's been doing amazing work there.
Thank you, Justin. So the etcd TLS support is the very first step towards making the operator production ready. And we are starting with offering two kinds of providers. One is the auto provider, and second is the cert manager. So what auto provider essentially is, basically if you have a vanilla Kubernetes cluster, but you still want to run your etcd operator, you don't need to worry about the having a certificate management tooling. You can still run it, and what this auto certificate management will do is that it will internally create self-signed certificates and issue them, as you can see in the secrets section. And this is the same mechanism that etcd internally uses to issue self-signed certificates. And you will still be able to set the duration as well as the DNS names through the one and only etcd operator CR. And next we have the cert manager, which will make the etcd operator production ready. And what it does is, in a similar fashion, you can set the DNS names, the validity, and other configs from the etcd operator CR. And it will actually use the cert manager controller to issue the certificates, which in turn will create the secrets for the internal communication. And with that, we will be releasing 0.2.0 very shortly. So if you are actually interested in contributing to etcd operator, you can see we have a lot of issues which are help wanted, and we really need hands. You can also join the Tuesday bi-weekly meeting, or just start contributing by pinging in the Slack channels and the Google workgroup. Saying that, I would like to give a huge shout out to all the contributors to the etcd project. And we would like to see more people doing the contributions. We also have a growing number of contributors in etcd operator project, and we would love to see that happening. With that, I would like to end our session, and we are open for questions.